So today I want to talk about some basic things, like just the file names and file saving and starting a project in Maya. So first of all, we're going to always have a project folder that you're going to set your project to. So under File, and then go down to Set Project, we're going to have this window open up, and you can point to a directory and set the project. That way Maya knows where to find things and where to save files. And I'm going to open up a project, a model that we already have made here. And I'm working right now in Maya 2018, and this file was created in an earlier version that has mental rate nodes. So cleaning up a file is really important when you continue to work in Maya, keeping your file as clean as possible. If it's throwing any errors when you open up the file, you want to take the time to keep it clean, because otherwise this can cause problems later down the line with rendering and slowing the process. So I have quite a few errors being thrown by that mental ray error. And another thing that happens if you're trying to save a scene as a binary file as opposed to an ASCII file, sometimes you get an error that comes up that says file contains unknown nodes or data, and that you can't change the file type. So there's a quick, easy solution to get rid of that, and that's just going into optimize scene size here under the file options, optimize scene size. And if you open that window and scroll down to the bottom, you'll notice that there's an unknown nodes, and you can just optimize that right there. And that removes those unknown nodes, which allows you to change the file type if you wanted to. And there's also the student version that pops up a lot. I'll show you how to get rid of that as well, which gets to be annoying sometimes. So now that we have gotten rid of those unknown nodes, I should be able to save the file, which I can now, and change it to my binary. So why save as binary and why save as an ASCII? So the big question here is file size and editability. So a Maya binary file, this is the same file here, model MA and model MB. And the model binary is a lot smaller because it's saved only in zeros and ones, where the model MA is saved as an ASCII. What does that mean? That means it's editable in a text editor. So if I come into my folder and go into my scenes here and find the model ASCII, I can right click over this, and instead of opening it through Maya, we can choose other, and then scroll down to the text edit. If you're on a PC, you can use Notepad or WordPad. Let's just type T for text edit, and once this happens, it opens it up in an ASCII file. And this allows me to actually change and edit this code. So like this line that says licensed student, I can delete that to stop the pop-up from happening when I'm working in a version that's not a student version. That would help with, again, your workflow and taking care of those pop-ups, because they can be quite annoying if you're working in school, especially for your professor who's trying to grade your projects, because every time they open a file, they have to click that OK button. And you can also look for the mental ray nodes and see if it's still here. I don't see it right at this point. So maybe when I got rid of unknown nodes, it got rid of it for me. So I'm going to go ahead and save this file and then reopen it. If you're unsure if what you did is correct, always save as and save it as a different name. Sorry, file open scene. That way you can always go back if you need to. And let's reopen the file through the scenes folder. Get this into the main window here and reopen this model MA file and see what kind of errors we're getting at this point. And voila, we don't have errors anymore, and that pop-up isn't happening. So hopefully that explains a little bit about the MA and the MB and the differences. And generally speaking, I recommend that you save as an MA, just because it's more editable. And if you have any other questions, just leave me comments, subscribe to me, and I'll see you soon.